let's read some True Off My Chest stories. Thanks for tuning in to Kazu Reads Reddit. From Lemon Lime 25, I have an unbelievable amount of happiness in my heart. Alright, let's see what this is about. I have no idea if anyone else feels like this, but I'm just in a really good mood pretty much 24/7. It's been like that all my life. When I was a kid, I used to wake up extremely early every morning, and that hasn't changed at all. I wake up at about 5 to 5:30 a.m. and start my day with the same happy songs. What's crazy is I have no need to get up that early. I don't have a job at the moment. I just love seeing the sun. That's the only reason I like sleeping, so I can wake up before the sun comes up. I worked out early this morning and then made French toast while listening to the cheesiest upbeat songs in my playlist. Feels like I am a cartoon character. Honestly, I feel so good all the time that I have to get up and dance around at times because I need to let out all the emotions I'm feeling. The other end isn't bad either. I'm hardly ever in a bad mood, but when I am, it typically doesn't last long. I have anxiety like most people, but that doesn't get in the way of my mood at all. I've always wanted to find somebody that feels the same way I do, but I'm genuinely shocked to find out how many people are depressed. I really wish I could share the joy I feel with everyone. Alright, so I'm so happy for you that you are feeling this way. And it's rare that people actually feel like this all the time. Let's read what other Reddit users are saying about this. From KGB, that's me. This is actually my default state, and it's nice to know someone can relate. Alright. Well, I would say I'm the kind of person who is in the middle. I'm not that too depressed. I'm not that overly happy as well. I'm more of them in the middle, right? I feel all the emotions, like I'm thankful and happy every day because of the good things which are still happening today. The fact that we woke up today, that's already a good thing that we can be thankful for. Other good stuff that, we are enjoying even though we don't deserve it or, we didn't work for it. There are things that we get even when we didn't work for them, and we should be thankful for them, right? And I also feel sad about the realities that other people are experiencing which are not so good, right? Let's see the next one. From Puzzled Ring 9218, your brain should be studied. Haha, help the rest of us. We're struggling. Yeah, that's true. But sincerely love this for you so much. Yeah, a lot of people, I think, this is my own opinion. I won't say this is a fact, but in my own opinion, there are much more people who are actually depressed or sad compared to people who are happy and joyful right now. And I don't blame them as well because there are so many things that are happening in the world which are so bad when you try to imagine them. I'm not going to enumerate them, but so many bad things are happening within ourselves, inside our families, within our neighborhoods, within the country, and in the world in general. But still, I'm also happy for the OP and anyone else who's listening right now who feels like this. Not because there are bad things happening in the world, you should stop feeling good or feeling happy and hopeful about the things to come, because we always have a way to change things for the better. That's why we're still alive. I believe that we're still alive because we have the capacity to change, we have the capacity to improve, and we have the capacity to help others, not just ourselves. So I think we should be thankful for those. I think we should feel happy and good about those. It's not wrong to sometimes think and reflect and even cry and feel sad about the bad things which are happening, but don't let those things stop you or paralyze you from moving forward. That's the most important thing. Okay? Remember that love and hope and joy, they're more powerful compared to hate, compared to the negativity around us, because we have a choice and we can always choose to be happy in spite of all the things that are happening, right? Okay, next comment then. You seem to have a lot of gratitude for the things most people take for granted. Yep, that's good. Nothing wrong with that. Live your life and enjoy it. Alright, so this post actually also inspired and motivated me today. So I'm very thankful for the OP. I think, happiness is contagious as well. And I encourage our listeners to spread their joy and happiness all around them. Tell us what you're thankful for. Go ahead and drop them on the comments below. You might make someone else's day, okay? So let's go to the next story then. Here's another True Off My Chest story from Mary Widow 14. My surgeon held my hand. Alright, this sounds good. Let's go to the context. Let's read it. I had a mastectomy yesterday. I've never had a major surgery before, but have been with others when they have. I was taken to the OR and the surgeon verbally acknowledged me again. When the anesthesiologist started his part, I realized without saying anything, she just came over and held my hand. She made me feel like a person. She made me feel cared for. It was a small gesture, but it meant and means all the world to me. Alright, so remember the time when you were so afraid of an appointment with a doctor because you had something serious that you needed checked up? If you cannot relate or you haven't had a kind of experience, just think of the worst anticipated moment in your life and imagine having someone, not even a close friend, but a stranger, being there for you, comforting and holding you. Okay, so let's see what the users are saying about this, and I feel good about this story as well. From Tricky Style 7394, I often hold my patients' hands as they're going to sleep or put a hand on the shoulder. I never knew it if they remembered or if it was just awkward for them, but I'm glad to know it matters. I wish you a speedy recovery and good luck with everything. Congratulations on being done with the mastectomy. Alright, so was that mastectomy or mastectomy? Sorry. So I'm not familiar with this, but whatever this condition was, so Tricky Style is obviously a doctor. And yes, doc, people actually feel good when doctors or professionals care about their customers, their patients, or the people that they are serving. Surprise! So that means let's try to look at each other more as human beings and persons. The humanity we share with others goes a long way, even in simple or tragic moments, okay? So let's go to the next comment. That's very sweet. Sometimes it's the little things that mean so much. I wish you a happy and healthy life. My mother-in-law lived many years after she discovered that she had breast cancer. Alright, so I suppose I'm using this as a clue. Mastectomy is related to breast cancer or a condition with the breasts of women. So yeah, this is what I said earlier. Sometimes the little things, they mean so much. And again, if you have the capacity, if you feel like doing something good for other people, even in simple ways, go ahead and do them. See what happens. Okay. So let's move on to the next comment. From Wonderific, I work in the OR and most of the surgeons I work with aren't even in the room until the patient is asleep / prepped and draped. However, I do work with one surgeon in particular who is always in the room as their patients are going to sleep, talking to them and holding their hand to comfort them. Every single patient, even if it's a minor procedure. It's incredibly heartwarming. This made me happy to read. It sounds like you have a very caring surgeon. Best wishes for a smooth recovery. All right. Yeah, kind of opposite of Dr. House, if you're familiar with the series. And I would say, even if you're not a doctor or you're not a surgeon, I would just like to reiterate that whoever you are serving, whoever you are working for, smiling at them, saying nice or good things at them, it can go a long way, all right? I also would like to be realistic about this. It's not going to work all the time with all people. People are different. They react in different ways when they receive positive reinforcement or positive stimulus, right? So hopefully you're able to meet someone who's good and nice, and when you do give them your best smile or best compliments and best service, they appreciate you for it, right? So let's go to the next story then. From Halo's Fan 26, I am 23 years old, and tonight I finally admitted to myself that my favorite sport is destroying my mental health. Alright, let's see what this is about. I wonder what sport this is. I need to confess this somewhere because I'm incredibly embarrassed, but also completely exhausted. Tonight, after a miserable ninth inning collapse by the Angels baseball team, I completely lost control of my emotions. Karate kicked my television and shattered the screen all over the floor. After the adrenaline wore off, I just sat there and started crying. I almost never cry, but tonight, 16 years of pent-up anger came out all at once. I've been a die-hard fan since 2010, when I was only 7 years old. For 16 years, basically my entire conscious life, my biggest hobby has been pouring my time, energy, and mood into this franchise. I've watched them completely waste generational talents like Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, blow leads and collapse every single summer. I have never seen a single playoff victory in my entire memory as a fan. Not one. Just last month, during a 7-run blown lead against the A's, I slammed one of my Angels bobbleheads on the floor and stomped on it. Tonight was the final straw. I have spent my entire youth dedicated to an organization that treats its fanbase like a joke and gives nothing back but genuine rage and stress. I'm actually genuinely sad over the amount of time that I've completely wasted in life watching this pathetic team. I can't do it anymore. I cannot let a poorly run sports team dictate my peace of mind. I'm officially done with both watching and following MLB for good. I'm leaving the broken glass on the floor until tomorrow because I'm too drained to handle it tonight. I just needed to say this out loud to finally close the chapter. Thanks for reading. Alright. So thank you so much for sharing this with us, OP. And let's see what the other users on Reddit are saying. From Duty Calisax, ignoring all of the other comments, you gotta get some help, dude. Explain it away all you want. This is years of pent-up anger, or I've wasted my life supporting them, or something. But you having your issues that you should talk through. Wish you the best. Alright. Thank you for sharing that. So, I do agree that our OP needs some help, most likely related to anger management because this is definitely years of pent-up anger. He's been an incredibly loyal fan to the sports team, which let him down. So, hope he does get the help he needs, and I'll be moving on to the next comment. From SnackDuck189, bro, start checking out Minor League. It's a lot more easygoing, but still a lot of fun. Plus, the games are actually affordable. Alright, yeah, that could be a good idea if MLB or Major League Baseball is, stressing you out, which is, MLB is supposed to be fun for viewers and the audience. If it's stressing you out too much, mainly because you're winning, mainly because your main team is losing, you might have to check other leagues or you can support other teams. And I'll go back to the initial advice that you most likely will get the best head of advice from a healthcare professional who specializes with, anger management, okay? So I'll be going to the next comment then. From the freaking Batman, I think the anger is coming from elsewhere, dude. It's not reasonable to get this angry over a sport you're not even playing under any circumstance. Stop watching, sure, but also get help. Alright, so Batman has spoken. Okay, no, I didn't mean to make light of the situation, but I think this makes sense. Maybe there's an underlying reason why our OP is angry, not just because the team is losing, but why is he supporting this team for a very long time, despite or in spite of them losing a lot? Right? There might be something underneath that, the OP might be able to dig up for himself, or a healthcare professional might be able to help him with. definitely stop watching because it's stressing you out. And yeah, hope you do get the help that you need. So we're moving on to the next story in True Off My Chest. And again, feel free to drop your comments below if you think you have anything to say to the OP that can help. And let us know if you also are a fan of baseball. Okay? Here's the next one. Couldn't learn German in 3 years because of my phone addiction. All right. So let's go ahead and read the story. Title says it all. I'm so ashamed to admit I've tried many ways, and normally before I was so hardworking, but Instagram doom scrolling made me so stupid that I spend most of my time there than my responsibilities. Please, someone motivate me how to stop this addiction. Edit. Thank you all for nice words, suggestions, and encouragement. I decided to deactivate my Insta for a month. Got German learning apps. All right, that sounds good. So let's go ahead and read what the other users on Reddit are saying, are advising our OP. From #developer. 3 years of wanting to learn German while the scrolling eats the time is brutal, but it doesn't make you stupid. I agree. These feeds are built by teams of engineers whose whole job is beating your willpower. Hardworking people fall into them too. Yep. I do recall, or I do remember that there were news, and this has been proven, I believe, that FB, Instagram, all the kinds of social media, even YouTube, they're built so that people will get addicted. And, you're gonna eventually lose your productivity if you're not able to control yourself. Deactivating Insta for the month is a great move. I love that. To be honest, I'm not using Facebook for a very long time already. Yep. I'm only using Messenger for people to communicate with me or for me to communicate with them, but I don't use Facebook at all. If you find you want it back afterwards for messages and the useful bits, and you're on iPhone, iPad, Mac, I'd recommend #blockit my app. It hides the feeds, reels, and suggested posts in Safari while leaving the rest. So it isn't willpower versus the algorithm every time you open it. All right. I would say that that's an honorable plug because the plug that #developer brought into this conversation is actually useful and needed by our OP. And as mentioned, I'm not using Facebook, and I made it, a lifestyle choice that I won't use that app because it is really built to, rewire your brain, make you addicted, and the best form of control is simply to abstain from it. I'm not using it's not useful for everyone. There might be people who really find it useful, who can manage and moderate its use, but it's just not for me. Okay, so good job in posting this for the OP, and I'm glad the OP was able to uninstall their Insta as well. Okay, let's go to the next comment then. From Couple Throwaway 20, change your phone and app settings to German. Very good advice. And deliberately search for things that interest you whilst on the app you normally scroll. That's, I would say that's an organic way of learning German. Very good. I struggled a lot with phone addiction, but once I stopped letting myself just scroll my feed and FYP, and go into the app with a purpose, it got a lot more manageable. I also feel like it helped train my brain to understand it's not going anywhere. That's true. The apps that you're using, they will be there. So I don't need to chase the dopamine rush as though it'll disappear. All right. I love that. And just to add something else, also try to find more hobbies which are non-phone or non-technology related. Books are very useful. Going to the gym or working out, trying out Zumba. There are tons of activities that you can do without using your phone or any gadgets, and I think that will help a lot in balancing your dopamine as well. Okay, next comment. Delete it off your phone. I recently did this to break my doom scrolling addiction, and it's working. I still have access to Insta on desktop, but it's way worse, so I'm not spending so much time on it. I'm reading books again for the first time in years, and that's what I'm saying. I do promote here on the channel that let's try the more natural way of spending time without technology or without any screen time. Books, yoga, dancing, singing. We can all try these things. Even taking care of our pets, playing board games. Yeah, these are things I recommend for you to try, and it will also build your social life just the same as or even better than using Insta because you actually meet people in real life. Alright, so that's it for today. Again, this is Kazu Reads Reddit. You know what to do if you love the videos, and see you on the next episode.